Hey everybody, how you doing? John RedEagle here. This is going to be a two-part series. First part is what I do, and the second part is who the hell I am. Because everybody wants to know your background and your education and all this stuff. So, on my business card it states RedEagle, Intuitive Native American Healer and Spiritual Life Guide. And I offer the best of both worlds because I incorporate the mind, body, and soul in whatever it is that I do. Because for every person, it's an individual type of thing. So this is one of my one of the ways that I wrote it up as a handout for people at different shows and expos and things like that. So I'm just going to read it for you. RedEagle carries on the traditions of the Lenape tribe's ancient knowledge and wisdom as a healer, teacher, speaker, and writer. With a passionate heart and life purpose, RedEagle shares the inspiration, renewal hands-on healing, love of his native and traditional teachings, with everyone seeking to connect deeper within themselves to achieve and manifest love, unity, harmony, peace, prosperity, and abundance in their life. To manifest the best of both worlds, mind, body, and spirit, takes focus and dedication to first love and nurture yourself. And we must all learn to fly. And fly for us stands for first love yourself. This is something that our society doesn't teach at all. This is what I do teach. One of the things, actually three things that I teach at the expos, or offer I should say, in my healings and things. Number one is lightning Reiki. Now, each Native American healer is given a gift, which is uniquely only to them, that they must protect and use in service for healing. Utilize, perform, much like Reiki that we all know of. Lightning Reiki also uses Native American influences with joining of Chi, life force energy, with the pure essence of spirit, the breath of the Creator. Now, I won't go into explanations of how I do these things. This is the type of thing that's all firsthand, in person. I'd like to someday maybe do a tutorial type of thing in actually healing someone where you can watch me do my work. I think that'd be kind of cool. Let me know if you would like that. The second thing is the emotion code. This was offered by Dr. Bradley, and I found it to be something that's more on the conscious level, is conscious and subconscious, but it's something that really you become really aware of it when it's happening. It is an amazing energy-based healing modality which allows us to easily identify and release any trapped emotional energy that your subconscious mind brings forward, and this can be helpful for acute or emotional issues and chronic pain, relationship issues, or for specific blocks that keep you from moving forward in life. Now, I see a lot of different people online nowadays. They want to offer you all this stuff, and it's like the one-all cure-all. It doesn't work that way. And some of these things, the next thing that I'm going to talk to you about is the bars, the access bars. These are things that a good friend of mine, Darren Gormish, and I worked on. We worked on each other in perfecting this, in learning it, and it was literally to the week 2 years of every day working on each other and with each other, with other people, but mostly the two of us, which also included RJ. He's a ceremonial pipe holder and elder of mine, and who was also certified hypnotherapist, and we did past life regressions and things like that. So there was a lot of different things incorporated in it, right? So, but the bars is resetting and opening up the brain by removing old thinking and belief patterns that no longer serve us, by using finger touch on 32 points around the face and the head. And this method is extremely relaxing and helps clear the mind and healing the body and achieving inner peace. Now, all three All three methods alone or in combination during a session will help to also release you from stress, anxiety, chronic pain, lack of energy, and constant mind chatter to meditate more easily. These are the types of things that I offer. It's not just that, okay? But I also do so many other different types of things. Energy clearing of homes and property. Speaking of Darren, we did that. I'll give you a prime example of how that worked. It was kind of interesting, actually. He lives in a little town called Carrolltown, Pennsylvania. Is almost in the middle of the state, on the top of the Laurel Mountains, and beautiful property. His top of his mountain, we'll call it, because it really is that high, and it just you can see for miles and miles around in every possible direction. Long story short, he asked me to come up and do some clearing for him. His wife is from Russia, came in and could literally, she sees entities and speaks with them, and they kind of came in, was messing with them in the middle of the night, and they're like coming through the closet and this and that, and the next thing, I closed portals, I condensed them and contained them, those types of things, and I clear their energy. The interesting part on Darren's property was I went up and cleared it, and a couple of weeks went by, and his wife, being very sensitive, still caught on to these types of things. It was like, this is not quite right. She invited a Catholic priest to come up and also do the same thing. It got worse, and I'll tell you why in a minute. So I was with Darren one day, and RJ showed up, and they were like, we really need to take care of this. So RJ and I went up. Darren went with his wife and kids, and they just left because his wife could literally find a spot, and it literally made her sick. Being an empath and can see entities like that wasn't a surprise for me or RJ. So we decided to go ahead and clear the property again. When we did, actually on my way over, I had been listening to a song called Witch Hunt from Rush, and all of a sudden it became very real to me, and as I was driving onto his property, I could see what they were describing in the lyrics of the song, which was really kind of freaky, to be honest with you. And I didn't know exactly how to comprehend this or handle it at first. And so RJ and I spoke about it, and we kind of, I grounded off of him, which really helped. And the next thing you know, he kind of like sat behind me and off to my right, and he was watching over me because he wanted me to experience this and deal with it. He was there to back me up, so to speak, right? And we figured out what it was and who they were. Unfortunately, I'll go into that story another time, but there were mass murders and vigilante type activity from white people against the Native Americans in that area, and unfortunately it took place on their property. There was a young brave, probably in his mid-30s, who had experienced this, took total responsibility for the decimation and murder of his tribe, unfortunately. And so we worked with that and cleared that energy. I won't go into detail about that, but the cool thing is it worked. They built a new house. As far as I know, they're living their heaven on earth. It's a gorgeous house, by the way. But this is just one of the other things that I do. In counseling, I do that too, as well, as a spirit life guide. Due to my recent past, well, not recent, but because of my past, there's certain things that I've learned and I want to share and help heal people. So I also do energy alignments and clearing, like I just mentioned, but I also specialize in drug and alcohol addiction guidance, and all sorts of different things. There's probably nothing that I won't touch or try to take on or I haven't experienced. The wonderful thing about being a wounded healer, if you look on my Facebook page, it's RedEagle Wounded Healer. The definition from Carl Jung is that someone who is a wounded healer can take their own hurt and it gives them the power to heal. And so if there's something that you need help with and I can't do it, I have a very wide network of friends throughout Pennsylvania, literally from east to west, that can help you. And I'll be more than happy to refer you to them. But I also offer different types of, let's call them house parties. There are things where you can come in and do a general type of healing and energy clearing, and then I'll work on you for 15 minutes individually, and that might be one of the three. It might be the lightning Reiki, it might be the emotion code, or it might be the bars or whatever else. And in the meantime, we're also talking and discussing of whatever comes up, that's something that you might be interested in, or that's possibly holding you back, or something about energy, because I'm a master of energy healing. That's another one of my gifts, and I'm very humble about that, because there's so many things that people think that they know about energy and healing. In all honesty, really don't have a clue. It's sort of like I was speaking with a friend just last weekend about the Ouija board, for example. People think that it's a game and it's no big deal. Let me tell you that something as what you perceive as innocent as the Ouija game, when you come in and you open up that realm, if you're not really careful of what you're doing, it can hurt you bad. It really can. And that's a concern of mine. You can do some fun stuff with it, but in the meantime, what seems like fun one minute could turn out to be pretty bad the next. So anyway, I digress. But anyway, the house parties, because of different teachings of self-healing, the law of attraction, why it might or might not be working for you, and if you're quite not sure, the law of attraction is just like gravity. It's here, it works. And so if you're finding something that's not quite working in your life, it might possibly be, and most likely, because of something that you're putting out there. And I can help you define what that is. And because all belief is a continued thought that we have, so all we have to do is change our thoughts. And also, one other thing that I find a lot of people don't quite understand about, or they've never heard about, is the Merkabah Meditation. And this goes right along with sacred geometry. This is something I've studied with, and you know what? I'll get into that in part 2 of who I studied with and what we do. But the Merkabah is the energy center that we all have. Every living thing has it, and that's something that I can help you with. I have noticed that when I do it on a continuous basis, my dreams become more real. They become more lucid. I have a better understanding. There's a clarity there that connects me with the universe, that and my elders and the ancient ones, that you can't explain it. So anyway, that's part 1. I hope you enjoy this video. Like me and share me. We're going to be putting this on YouTube here in a little while. And I love you all. Dare to dream. Namaste. Thank you.